To say that Filipinos love basketball would be a grave understatement. Almost every day, like the songs of Air Supply, Videoke, and noontime game shows, Pinoys live and breathe basketball. Basketball and its elements pervade the Philippine landscape and is, in fact, a part of our cultural ozone layer. No doubt it has developed into a unique culture with a following that can rival any sport in the planet today.
Justin runs out of room. Tenorio has to fire. Bang!
Wow!
In fact, basketball has been a unifying force for a country often fractured by politics and other issues. But how did a foreign invention meant to enforce the Americans' policy of benevolent assimilation eventually went on to become not just a national passion, but a galvanizing factor of Pinoy culture as well? Sports historian Gerald Gems saw how the Americans utilized basketball to wield their diplomatic power by cultivating the goodwill of the Filipinos. In his work Sport and the American Occupation of the Philippines, Bats, Balls, and Bayonets, he described this power as a means to instill new value system predicated on the concept of teamwork and sportsmanship. Basketball was then promoted in public schools as part of the physical education curriculum with the help of the Young Men's Christian Association, or the YMCA. Believe it or not, basketball was actually introduced as a women's sport in 1910. That's because the men were playing baseball. Soon after, men were allowed to play hoops, and the first national team was formed that year. The country's first basketball team trained their guns against their Asian neighbors and captured its first championship in the inaugural staging of the Far Eastern Games in 1913. So dominant was the national team that it won 9 out of the 10 basketball titles in the Far Eastern Games succeeding editions until 1934. This is the pamantasan ng lungsod ng Maynila, inside Intramuros in Manila, founded in 1965. But did you know that in this exact area, although we cannot pinpoint specifically where, the country's first ever basketball court was built more than 100 years ago?